Hey everyone, in this video we are going to take an updated look at the Curves brush, which was formerly named the Spline Painting Tool, but obviously that name is too long to fit into the tool panel, so it was changed accordingly, and it's not to be confused with other Curves tools or newer Curves tools that have been added in the past few years, namely the Curves editor that is accessible through the closed spline draw mode, or from the Curves menu you can activate it with the Q hotkey as well. But again, these are newer, they're more comprehensive and more powerful overall, but the Curves brush is still somewhat unique in its own way and has some unique features that you may not find in these tools. So I will go back to a regular draw mode, and let's say I wanted to create a shape like this. I could do that with the Curves brush. Let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to try and create a circular shape here. I can choose close curve. You can quickly make this into a perfectly round circle. If I choose to circle now, I really don't have enough points for it to create that. So let me choose subdivide, equalize, and then choose to circle. Now I can get a perfectly round circle. Okay. If I need to modulate the width, I can do that now after the fact, and then hit the Enter key on the keyboard or the Apply button. But first you may want to check what you actually want to apply, and that is painting and extrude would be the default action. But if you wanted to use this to erase, you could do that. Or apply a freeze mask, make planar, or set absolute height. Okay, and the clear layer before applying option and the ignore back facing, that's relatively self-explanatory. But again, you can use a close curve or just a simple curve. So again, this is a relatively simple tool, but again, it does have some unique options, such as the different curve profiles that you can choose from. Also to line, and you can also move this in space if you need to tweak it after the fact. So let's do that now. You can also scale it up. And of course, if I rotate it, I won't see much change, but you could do that if you need. Okay, so let me hit the Enter key. One thing to keep in mind about this tool is that it applies it in screen space. So it's essentially projecting it from the camera view. If your curve extends beyond what the camera can see, then it's going to get clipped because, again, it's projecting from camera space and not in local space along the curve. For that, you might use the other curves that we talked about earlier. Right? So let's hit escape to drop the tool, but if you wanted to save it and perhaps access it later, you could store it, and it would allow you to save the file, and it's going to have it placed in the 3D Coat My Documents directory in its own special curves directory. But later, you can access the file if you need. So you can pick from this drop list here. So I'll choose test 1, test 2, and test 3. Okay, and again, at some later point, if you need, you can restore that. Let's go ahead and hit escape to drop the spline. All right, let me hide some of the other objects. I'll hold down the Alt key and click on the visibility icon, and I'll create one more curve, but this time I'm going to do it in the 2D texture editor. I'll dock it right inside the window, and right mouse button, click outside of a UV island to zoom in and out. You can also hold the Alt key if you want while your cursor is inside the UV island. And what I'll do is, again, just create a point. Right click and drag to the left or to the right to scale it up or down. You drag to the right, it will scale it up. Drag to the left, it will scale it down. So I'll click again. Once more. Right click and drag down to scale it down. If I want, I can reposition it by hovering over the point and left mouse button click and drag. And it maintains a level of curvature. However, if I want to change the hardness, I can come to the Tool Options panel and click on Toggle Hardness. Then I can click on the points that I want to make it a hard edge. And then when I'm done, I can just hit the Escape key. If I want to rescale it, I can right mouse button click while I'm over it and drag to the left or to the right to scale it on the fly. Left mouse button click to position. Right mouse button click to scale. And then once more I can hit the Enter key. You can see the effect here. So with the 2D texture editor, you really don't have to worry about the screen space aspect of it, right? As long as it fits in the UV island, it will be projected in UV space and not in screen space. Let's undo and let's click to line. Right mouse button click to scale that back down. I'm going to subdivide one more time. Let's make it a little bit jagged here. Again, I can choose to line to make it straight. You can add different profiles, but the default is uniform. You can also click Use Spacing and have it jitter with spacing, positional jitter. I'll hit Control-Z to undo in order to bring the spline back up. And then with the transform widget here, I'll move it to a different location. Then I'll scale it up a little bit. I'll then hit the Enter key and view the result. That's probably not what I want, so I'll hit the Control-Z key combination. Yeah, so let's bring that down. Okay, it's a little bit closer. Undo. Let's hit the Enter key again. Undo. You can just play with it a bit. Let's undo again. Uncheck Use Spacing. I'll hit the Enter key once again, and now we have a smooth circle. One thing that you may have noticed is we don't have the ability to paint inside the curve. So that's a big distinction between this and the new curves. Let me go ahead and hit Escape. I don't want to delve too much into the new curves, but let me try. And I'll just create something quickly here. We have different shapes, so I'll just create a simple circle. Right click, and you can also brush along curve, apply it along the spline, but here I want to fill inside the closed circle. Yeah, I need to get out of that. I need to be in a brush tool, and then right mouse button click on the curve. Go ahead and choose fill inside the closed curve. Okay, our opacity is down, so we need to change that. Or maybe our gloss intensity. If we want some mellowness, we can change that too. So let's do it again. Let's right mouse button click and choose fill inside the closed curve. Okay, and I did that just for comparison's sake. Again, I didn't want to dive too deep into the curves. We have videos that cover that also, and we will add some more. But suffice it to say, that is a major difference between the Curves brush in the tool panel and the newer Curves editor here in the toolbar. And with that, we will conclude this look at the Curves brush or the Spline Painting Tool in 3D Coat's Paint Workspace. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.